Accounting Standard 7, Construction Contracts. So in construction contracts, in this section, we will see what are the types of construction contracts, what is a construction contract. We'll talk about what is contract accounting. We will see what are the accounting methods which are normally used, completed contract method and percentage of completion method. And then we'll see what is the accounting standard, which is as given here. So first we'll see what is construction contract. A construction contract is a contract that is made for the making of a combination of assets or an asset that are interdependent or related in terms of their function, purpose or use, and interrelated as far as their design or technology goes. Construction contracts are also contracts made for the rendering of services for construction, destruction, or restoration of assets. There are basically two types of construction contracts, namely fixed price contract and cost plus contract. In fixed price contract, the contractor agrees the contract terms for fixed price or fixed rate per output unit and is sometimes subjected to cost escalation clauses. In cost plus contract, the contractor is reimbursed for defined cost plus a fixed fee or a percentage of those costs. So that is construction contract. Now let us see what is contract accounting. Contract accounting is complicated because in most cases the contract period extends for more than 1 year. This gives rise to accounting problems related to work in progress, revenue, treatment of advances received in the financial statements because it extends or is a continuation of previous period items. Hence, there exist two accounting methods for contract accounting, namely completed contract method and percentage of completion method. In completed contract method, the company postpones its incomes and expenses until after the contract is completed. Hence, despite the cash payments were issued or reissued, revenues and expenses are not recognized in the company's income statement using the completed contract method until when the contract gets over. It is heavily used in the construction industry or in industrial sectors where the contract is project-based. So that is completed contract method. Now for measurement of money, business take refuge in one of the two types of recording revenue and expenses. Those are cash method and accrual method. So in cash method, financial transactions are recorded or measured in terms of cash paid, and in accrual method, when revenues or expenses occur, the transaction gets recorded immediately or as a result, no matter whether actual money changes hand or not. So that is basically what is completed contract method. Next, in the case of percentage of completion method, recognition of taxes, revenues and expenses are recorded during this period when the contract is under progress. Milestones are arranged by the company when a project goes through different stages as a cumulative control for completing a certain percentage of the project. In other words, different milestones represent different percentage of project completed. A project which is 40% complete or attains the 40% milestone may have the business report 40% of revenue. That is, the business will report 40% of the revenue, which is 40% of 4 million project revenue, let's say. And the firm may report 40% of 3 million expense. In tally, reports rupees 400,000 of net profit, which is the difference between 0.4 times 4 million minus 0.4 times 3 million. So that much the business reports. However, this method is vulnerable to fraud and hence have to be constantly monitored. Next, we will see what is accounting standards in the case of construction contracts. So in the case of construction contracts, the accounting standard says the following disclosure needed to be made by the firm and by the business, which are amount of advance received, amount of retentions. If there is any retention money paid to the contractor, that has to be disclosed. Amount of contract revenue recognized. So if there is any revenue which is collected, it needs to be recognized and also disclosed. Aggregate amounts of cost incurred and profit recognized on the reporting date. So that aggregate, it has to be disclosed. Cost incurred as well as profit realized or recognized. Methods used to determine stages of completion of contract in progress. So there may be different milestones, there may be different stages through which the contract progresses. So everything has to be disclosed. At each stage, the progress has to be reported, and it has to be disclosed also as per the accounting standard. The methods used to determine contract revenue recognized, that also has to be disclosed. So we have gone through a few accounting methods: completed contract method and percentage of completion method. In addition, if there are any methods used to determine contract revenue, that also has to be disclosed. So that completes the accounting standards on construction contracts. Thank you.